I'm Steve Waller, and I'm the Dean of the College of Agricultural Sciences and Natural Resources, and I want to welcome all of you to the 24th Salute. And I realize that some of our parents and families and friends are in the terraces or the lofts, so thank all of you for participating. You are now part of the largest crowd we've ever dealt with, and if we can do it, we'll get Pinnacle Bank Arena the next time, because I know there's people in another room who would love to be in here. And we need to thank them for their patience as well. Only in this college would you have people waiting in line at 3 o'clock for a 4 o'clock program, but it's just an example of how committed our families are to their students and what an important day this is for everybody. So once again, thank you. I get to at least acknowledge the fact that some of you may have cell phones, and if you do, it would be a good time to at least put it on silent. We aren't asking you to turn them off. In fact, if you'd like to tweet that you have found heaven on earth and it's in CASNR on East Campus, feel free. You can update your Facebook status if you want to. Beyond that, I have no idea what I'm talking about, but if you use Snapchat, Snap Away, whatever that is, Instagram, Pinterest, use them all. We're just pleased to have you here and be part of this. We've got, I think, 328 students that will graduate. Not all of them are here. About half, actually, are going to go through the salute today. Tomorrow at the Pinnacle Bank Arena, it will be equally busy, and it again is one of the largest, I think, for the campus as a whole. So it is a very, very special time for us. When we're done with this spring graduation, we'll be at almost 24,000 alums that are out across the globe using their CASNR degrees, and we couldn't be more excited for them or for you and what lies ahead for your students. The college and the Alumni Association and the Institute of Ag and Natural Resources created this event. This is the 24th. It was started in December of 2005. And we had some very intentional things that we wanted to be able to do. And one was just to have an opportunity to say thank you to the families and friends and the students. We know you made a choice to send your student here. There were many, and yet you chose us, and for that we want to express our gratitude, because it's not an insignificant or easy decision to make, and it was an honor for us that you chose the University of Nebraska-Lincoln in our college, and one that our faculty and staff never took lightly. Your students have enriched our academic community beyond any expectation we could reasonably have. They've just been a talented bunch of students. And for their involvement with us, our college is so much better for it. And we wanted to say thank you for sharing them. Thank you for letting us be part of your life. We are now and forever part of your family and your life through the academic pedigree that your student is going to receive tomorrow, and we're going to recognize today. Another reason we wanted to have the salute was to give the friends and families and parents the opportunity to share in the celebration of a commencement and graduation in a little different format. Tomorrow you'll hopefully participate in commencement, and it's very exciting and prestigious, but it's difficult at times to pick out your student because tomorrow they're going to all look alike. They're all going to wear cap and gowns, and today you're going to get to see your student up close and personal. So we wanted an event that would allow you to share in this celebration. This is a significant accomplishment, not only for the student, but for the family and families and friends that made sure that this was part of their future. Because when you provide your student an opportunity for an education, you're really giving them a future, and that's something that isn't taken for granted here or around the world. They're going to be set apart by the degrees they get, and it will come from a Big Ten institution, and it just doesn't get any better than that. So we're pleased to have you here so you can share in the celebration, and it's a wonderful time to reflect on the past. Some of you will remember them tootling around on a big wheel, and think about that, because it flew by, I'm sure. But the other thing is, dream a bit about what their future is going to look like. We're going to give the students, as part of this event, the opportunity to share with you what they envision lies ahead for them. They filled out a card, and they'll give you some sense of what they're going to do when they graduate. And then they'll also try to provide you with some insights into what was their most memorable activity in college. That is worth hearing, because some of them thought not getting a parking ticket was a big accomplishment. Others are just happy to leave debt-free, which really is an accomplishment. And in between, you'll hear all sorts of wonderful stories which personalize their experience with us, and I think is a testimony to the kind of college experience that this college and the Institute and the University of Nebraska can provide. So welcome, enjoy. It's my opportunity now to introduce Associate Dean Tiffany Hang-Moss to make a few comments, and we'll proceed through the activities. And for those in the other room, thank you again for your patience, and I know it's cooler in there, and you could probably leave your cell phone on if you felt you needed to.
Well, good afternoon. To the graduates and their families, I would like to extend my sincere congratulations, and specifically to the graduates, you did it. So today is a day of excitement, achievement, and celebration. And it's not only a very exciting time for each of you, but also for the faculty and staff in our college. We have had the pleasure of getting to know this phenomenal group of students, the opportunity to help them discover their unique talents and strengths, as well as witness firsthand their development as leaders and professionals. As the graduates are recognized today, you will hear that this is a very talented group of individuals, and they have very diverse career interests. These career interests range from food security to wildlife biology, natural resources, environmental studies, to animal and plant systems, to biochemistry, microbiology, forensic science, and food science, to agribusiness, economics, entrepreneurship, to engineering and mechanization, to education, communication, leadership, hospitality, restaurant, and tourism management, as well as PGA golf management. So extremely diverse. As diverse as their career interests are the experiences that they have had as a CASNR student. Our students have had the opportunity to travel to other parts of the world to expand their education, their global insights. They also have participated in campus research, and in fact, some can even be Googled as an author on a scholarly publication. And still others have devoted their time and talents to community engagement. Despite these differences, all CASNR graduates share at least one common element, and that is that their degrees are grounded in the sciences and the application of their science to solve problems. So today I have the pleasure of introducing 5 outstanding students that have been nominated for the CASNR Spirit Award. This award was created in 2015 to pay tribute to each graduating class by honoring a member of the class that embodies the values, the integrity of a CASNR degree. Our graduates are self-confident, they are optimistic, and they understand their roles and responsibilities as global citizens. They are servant leaders that are engaged in their communities. They are the dreamers, the doers, and the difference makers that are going to go on to make our shared world a better place. The first CASNR Spirit Award was given to Christopher Bousquet. And Chris was an applied science student from South Sioux City, Nebraska. And approximately 6 weeks before Chris was to graduate, he was diagnosed with leukemia and began treatments immediately. For most, they would have put their college education on hold so that they could focus entirely on getting better, but not Chris. Chris stayed current with all of his coursework. He graduated on time, and I'm happy to report that he beat leukemia. Yes, let's give him a round of applause. Thank you. Since that time, we've had the pleasure of recognizing 3 additional students, and today we are going to be recognizing 5 students that have been nominated for this prestigious award. So at this time, would Dean Waller and the 5 nominees please join me on stage? So the first CASNR Spirit Award nominee is Kara Sufta. Kara is a second-year student in the Joint Professional Program in Veterinary Medicine between the University of Nebraska-Lincoln and Iowa State. Kara has served as the Large Animal Club president this past year. As president, she organized and instilled spirit in the Large Animal Club to conduct a fire relief fundraiser for the wildfires in Kansas that occurred in May. I'm happy to report that the club has raised over $4,000, and they're attempting to get matching funds to help our neighbors in Kansas. Kara certainly exemplifies the CASNR spirit for which this award was created. Kara, congratulations on your nomination. The second student is Alexander Tobin. As president of the UNL Global Agricultural Club, she coordinated club events, guest speakers, and a trip to Iowa for the National Global Agricultural Student Meeting. Allie's nominator writes, "There's a natural joyfulness to Allie that rubs off so easily that no one walks away grumpy after talking to her." Congratulations, Allie, on your nomination. The third recipient, or the third nominee, is Ava Peterson. Ava exemplifies the spirit of CASNR with her leadership in the Food Science Club. Under Ava's leadership, enrollment for the club is at an all-time high, especially among freshmen and graduate students, which have traditionally been the 2 audiences that are hardest to retain. Ava has also served as a peer mentor in the Department of Food Science and Technology's pilot course for new students. Ava is a model of the spirit of caring. She is empathetic and a super achiever. Congratulations, Ava, on your nomination. The fourth student is Shannon Rezak. Her nominator writes, "My highest praise comes from Shannon's character. She cares for others and wants to help them succeed and remain humble even when she deserves praise. Her true character, and contagious, cheerful attitude have formed great relationships with students, faculty, and staff in the department. Shannon does not complain. She is upbeat and out to excel in everything she does. She has emerged as a role model among her peers." Congratulations, Shannon, on your nomination. The fifth nominee is Katie Hauser, and she is a 6-year member of the U.S. Army Reserve. Unfortunately, Katie is unable to join us today because she has drill for the Army Reserves this weekend. So her nominator, Dr. Loy, is representing her today. As president of the UNL Veterans Organization, she partnered with the University of Iowa to organize a partnership walk for Nebraska and Iowa student veterans to raise veteran suicide awareness. Katie has also developed and strengthened countless relationships with organizations on campus and within the Lincoln community. For example, she established a partnership with the Lincoln Stars hockey organization and coordinated community events that resulted in raising over $20,000 for UNL student veterans. Congratulations, Katie, on your nomination. Wow, what a very talented group of individuals here. And now it is my distinct pleasure to announce that Katie Hauser as the CASNR Spirit Award recipient for the May class of 2017. And Dr. Loy, we know that you had a major impact on helping to develop Katie, so congratulations. An inscribed brick will be placed in Legacy Courtyard to honor Katie and to pay tribute to this semester's graduating class. Having a brick placed in Legacy Courtyard is a wonderful way to leave a lasting legacy on East Campus. These are just a few examples of the many talented students that are a part of this year's graduating class. So let's give them a final round of applause and thank the nominators for taking time to nominate these excellent students. So I think that we would all agree, as a society, we're going to face some challenges ahead, right? Some of these grand challenges are such things as feeding a growing population, ensuring food security for all, whether that's locally here in Nebraska or another part in the world, addressing climate change, ensuring our natural resources for future generations, and finding cures to human disease, just to name a few. Some are pessimistic about the future. I, on the other hand, I'm optimistic. And I'm optimistic because I am betting on these graduates and their peers. I am betting that they are going to be the problem solvers, the innovators, and the leaders. They're going to develop the solutions to address these grand challenges, or wicked problems, as some refer to them as. And they're also going to make discoveries that are going to advance our society as a whole. So now I'm going to direct my comments to the graduates. Graduates, do you feel the pressure? Do you feel as though I have placed the weight of the world on your shoulders? Please do not be stressed. Accept the compliment and embrace the challenge, because I can guarantee you, as a graduate of this college, you will be ready to embrace this opportunity as well as help us to create a better future for all of us. So it's also reassuring to know that the land grant system that created the University of Nebraska in 1869 is still very relevant today to our youth, to our state, and to our world. So in conclusion, I would again like to congratulate the graduates, extend a special thank you to the family and friends of the graduates for their constant support and love. And then finally, as a fellow graduate of this college, I want to be the first to welcome you to the CASNR alumni. So thank you. It is now my distinct pleasure to invite Dr. Michael Boehm to the podium. Dr. Boehm is the Vice President for Agriculture and Natural Resources for the University of Nebraska and the Institute of Agriculture and Natural Resources, Harlan Vice Chancellor.
I can see the graduates right over there, so we'll be getting on to this. Thanks, Tiffany, and thanks, family and friends, and we're excited as you are about these graduates. As Tiffany said, I am the new leader, all of 4 months and 7 days, so this is my first graduation. I don't know how I did that with only half a year of school, but it's exciting. The Institute of Ag and Natural Resources, or IANR, is comprised of the College of Agricultural Sciences and Natural Resources, or CASNR as we call it, the Agricultural Research Division, and the Nebraska Extension Service. The college, CASNR, is made up of 9 departments, 2 schools, and 4 programs. And we will be recognizing the graduates of these programs here today. 2 additional departments, statistics and plant pathology, are graduate degree programs, and they will not be represented here today. So let's get on to the main event and recognize our CASNR May 2017 graduates. As each graduate is introduced, they will be congratulated on the platform by Dean Waller and Eric Hagemeyer, who is the president of the CASNR Alumni Association, and a representative from their degree program. Steve, Eric, would you please join me on the podium? Or not on the podium, that would be uncomfortable, but up on the stage. So we'll begin with those students that are graduating with degrees from the Department of Agricultural Economics, and Dr. Larry Van Tassel, the head of the department, and Dr. Fabio Matos will be representing this area. If you would please hold your applause until all students from each of these academic units has been recognized, that'd be terrific.
Blake Anderson is from Elgin, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agricultural Economics. Blake plans to return to the family farm where he will manage his family's row crop acres of soybeans, corn, and popcorn. Blake's greatest experience was studying abroad in New Zealand. Derek Anderson is from Harlan, Iowa, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agriculture Economics and in Agronomy. Derek is currently seeking employment after graduation. Derek's greatest accomplishment was completing 2 degrees in 4 years and being honored on the Dean's List. Morgan Battis is from Shawnee, Kansas, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Natural Resource and Environmental Economics. Morgan plans to return to Kansas City, where she is seeking an opportunity assisting the community in furthering their sustainability initiatives. Morgan's greatest experience was building meaningful relationships and impacting campus through sustainability work and Greek initiatives. Paul Bauer is from Ravenna, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agricultural Economics. Paul plans to begin a merchandising career with Green Plains Renewable Energy in Ord, Nebraska. Paul's greatest experience was the friendships and professional connections made in and out of the classroom. John Bohati is from Seward, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agribusiness. John plans to move to Columbus and work as a management trainee for Pinnacle Bank. John's greatest accomplishment was making the Dean's List and graduating with a strong GPA. Tyler Brombeck is from Schuyler, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agribusiness. Tyler plans to train to be a loan officer at Great Western Bank in Columbus, Nebraska, and continue to be a part of the family farm. Tyler's greatest accomplishment was building his knowledge of agriculture so he can be prepared for his career in ag lending. David Katsunis is from Waverly, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agribusiness. David plans to begin work as a credit analyst for First National Bank of Omaha in Columbus, Nebraska. David's greatest accomplishment was graduating debt-free thanks to many scholarships.
Congratulations, David.
Taylor Chervany is from Wilbur, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agribusiness. Taylor plans to work in human resources for Farmers Cooperative. Taylor's greatest experience was making many lifelong friends because they have helped him expand his horizons and make him a better person. Amanda Clymer is from David City, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agricultural Economics. Amanda plans to attend Kansas State University to pursue a master's degree in Agricultural Economics. Amanda's greatest experiences were various internships, serving the Engler program, traveling to New Zealand, and working in the CASNR Dean's office. Caitlin Cumming is from Moorhead, Iowa, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agribusiness and in Animal Science. Caitlin plans to attend graduate school at UNL and study Agricultural Economics. Caitlin's greatest accomplishment was completing an undergraduate research project. Jordan Damkruger is from Firth, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agricultural Economics. Jordan plans to work for MTZ Construction here in Lincoln. Jordan's greatest experience was having the opportunity to travel to New Zealand on a study abroad trip. Darby Dorneman is from Dodge, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agribusiness. Darby plans to work for Wells Fargo as a credit analyst. Darby's greatest accomplishment was finding a mentor, being involved in clubs, professional networks, and all the new friendships she made. Cody Drudick is from Ord, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agricultural Economics. Cody plans to work for Great Western Bank as a banking trainee before eventually moving into a permanent ag lending position. Cody's greatest experience was getting to meet so many great friends and faculty members. He will forever cherish those lifetime connections and memories. Logan Evans is from Hagler, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agribusiness. Logan plans to work for American Beer Equipment as a traveling service technician. Logan's greatest accomplishment was becoming the president of the UNL Ag Econ Agribusiness Club. Marissa Franz Lubers is from West Point, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agribusiness. Marissa plans to work for Syngenta as an account specialist. Marissa's greatest experience was being involved with the Nebraska Bankers Association and participating in the scholarship and internship program. Leslie Harrison is from Katy, Texas, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agricultural Economics. Leslie will be working for John Deere in Moline, Illinois in their marketing department with the Air Seedling Group. Leslie's greatest experience was being an Ag Econ ambassador and showing prospective students just how amazing the department she is that she loves. Spencer Hartman is from Imperial, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agricultural Economics. Spencer plans to work for the Nebraska Department of Education in Career and Technical Education and Next Generation Industry Partnerships. Spencer's greatest accomplishment was serving as a student regent and student body president. Hannah Helms is from Arapahoe, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agricultural Economics. Hannah plans to return to the family farm and ranch to work for her dad and prepare cattle to show at state and national levels this summer. Hannah's greatest accomplishment was being inducted into the National Society of Collegiate Scholars.
Way to go, Hannah.
Jeffrey Horning is from Davie, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agribusiness. Jeffrey plans to maintain ownership of his current company, Blue River Trucks, in Hastings, Nebraska, and eventually expand the business across the Midwest. Jeffrey's greatest experience was serving as directional leadership in the Engler Entrepreneurship Program and being active in the East Campus community. Derek Hostert is from O'Neill, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agribusiness. Derek plans to work at Heritage Bank in Aurora, Nebraska after graduation. Derek's greatest experience was making great connections and friends that he will use both inside and outside of his career. Brianna Cummins from Osmond, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agricultural Economics. Brianna plans to work at Helena Chemical Company in Osmond, Nebraska. Brianna's greatest accomplishment was when she received the Superior Scholar Senior Award through the Department of Agricultural Economics. Autumn Lemmers from Atkinson, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agribusiness. Autumn plans to work as an extension assistant in 4-H youth development in Washington County. Autumn's greatest experience was traveling abroad to France and Spain, which included a lot of new food, fantastic wine, and the company of some pretty great people.
Congratulations. Hey, Anna.
Ben Losky is from Monroe, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agricultural Economics. Ben plans to return to the family farm and take part in ownership. Ben's greatest accomplishment was being in the top 10% of his class. Kirsten McIntyre from Odell, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agricultural Economics. Kirsten plans to return home and seek employment after graduation. Kirsten's greatest experience was volunteering with community crops and working with many different students in her classes. Andrew New Year is from Waverly, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agricultural Economics. Andrew plans to work for Rob C. Koch Seed Company as a district sales manager. Andrew's greatest accomplishment was spreading agriculture's positive message to non-agricultural majors on both East and City campus through student government.
I'll keep Robin busy in check. All right.
Caleb Newring is from Plainview, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agribusiness. Caleb plans to work as a sales representative with Helena Chemical Company in Mason City, Iowa. Caleb's greatest accomplishment was being an AgriCon ambassador and NAMA officer and marketing team leader. Taylor Oborny is from Milford, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agricultural Economics. Taylor plans to settle into a career that challenges her and inspires her to continue to learn and grow. Taylor's greatest accomplishment is graduating college and living independently. Andrew Ray is from Jansen, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agribusiness. Andrew plans to return to the family farm while looking for employment nearby. Andrew's greatest experience was traveling to Zimbabwe and learning about sustainable agriculture and seeing agriculture in a different environment. Andrea Ramirez Gurney is from Huntley, Wyoming, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agribusiness. Andrea plans to pursue a Master's of Science in Agricultural Economics at Texas A&M University. Andrea's greatest accomplishment was receiving the Chancellor's Scholar Award and serving as an international relations intern for the U.S. Grains Council in Panama City, Panama. Brooks Ronspies is from Omaha, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Natural Resource and Environmental Economics. Brooks plans to stay in Lincoln and start graduate school in the fall to study agricultural economics. Brooks' greatest experience was working with Larkin Powell as an undergraduate researcher.
Brooks, congratulations. Thank you. Yeah.
Lindsay Sabatka is from Western Nebraska, receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agribusiness. Lindsay plans to work in the agriculture industry using her passion to help producers achieve a more sustainable operation for their future generations at Central Valley Ag Co-op as an entry-level grain originator in York, Nebraska. Lindsay's greatest accomplishment was discovering her passion for the grain marketing industry by interning for Heartland Farm Partners. Logan Sheets is from Gothenburg, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agricultural Economics. Logan plans to stay around the Lincoln area pursuing a job to assist producers in risk management and production decisions. Logan's greatest accomplishment was finding his passion for commodity trading and agriculture as a whole. Eric Wimhoff is from Humphrey, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agribusiness. Eric plans to move to Beatrice, Nebraska, where he'll be working for Pinnacle Bank as one of their management trainees. Eric's greatest accomplishment was representing the university at this last year's NASDA conference in its first year of the Next Generation program. Jake Warner is from Humphrey, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in agribusiness. Jake plans to begin his career with Archer Daniels Midland as a commodity merchandiser. Jake's greatest accomplishment was having the opportunity to be a student ambassador for the Department of Agriculture Economics. Jadine Weezy is from Clarkson, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in agricultural economics. Jadine plans to continue working for her family farm and growing her cattle herd. Jadine's greatest experience was being able to travel across the ocean and learn many things. Congratulations to all of our graduates in the Department of Agriculture Economics.
We'll next recognize the students that will be graduating with degrees from the Department of Agricultural Leadership, Education, and Communication. Dr. Mark Balschweid, head of the department, will be representing this area.
Shelby Anderson is from Rushville, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agriculture and Environmental Sciences Communication. Shelby plans to find a job near her home after graduation. Shelby's greatest accomplishment was making connections with professionals through her internships with We Support Agriculture and Nebraska Farm Bureau. Callie Bowling is from Hooper, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agricultural Education. Callie plans to teach agriculture education at Neely Oakdale Public Schools and serve as the FFA advisor. Callie's greatest experience was traveling across Nebraska to different conferences and industry tours as one of the Nebraska Teach Ag summer interns. Logan Elizabeth Boydston is from Berwick, Illinois, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agricultural Education. Logan Elizabeth plans to teach special education at Clarinda Academy while continuing with graduate school. Logan Elizabeth's greatest accomplishment was achieving her goal of completing her associate's and bachelor's degree in 4 years while completing college with high academics. Evie Chodes from St. Edward, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agricultural Education. Evie plans to be an agriculture educator and FFA advisor at Laurel Concord Coolridge Public Schools. Evie's greatest experience was networking with people from across the state as she had transferred from NCTA to UNL. Dylan Thomas from Hooper, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agricultural Education. Dylan plans to attend the University of Nebraska College of Law. Dylan's greatest accomplishment was that none of his jokes about Dean Waller ever came up short. Bryce Dosgett is from Hickman, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agriculture and Environmental Sciences Communication. Bryce plans to become a radio broadcaster and video producer with KRVN Radio and the Rural Radio Network. Bryce's greatest experience was learning outside of the classroom and networking with current and future leaders across Nebraska. Emily Long is from Springfield, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agriculture and Environmental Sciences Communication. Emily plans to work for Dell Agri-Sciences as a sales trainee in Kearney, Nebraska. Emily's greatest experience was being a part of the Engler Entrepreneurship Program executive team. Tony Rasmussen is from Albion, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agricultural Education. Tony plans to start an Ag Ed program and FFA chapter in Wayne and continue to farm with her family in northeast Nebraska. Tony's greatest accomplishment was, well, she's here, isn't she? Lauren Stallman is from Louisville, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agricultural and Environmental Sciences Communication. Logan plans to attend graduate school at The Ohio State University to earn a master's degree in Agriculture and Extension Education. Lauren's greatest accomplishment is being recognized on Franco's list and earning an award at the CASNR banquet. Carrie Summerford is from Broken Bow, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agricultural Education. Carrie plans to teach agriculture education in Broken Bow, Nebraska, and be the FFA advisor. Carrie's greatest experience was attending the National Association of Agriculture Educators Conference for the first pre-service teacher program. Shaylee Truax is from Davie, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agricultural Education. Shaylee plans to attend graduate school at UNL in the fall to obtain her teaching certificate so that she can be a high school agriculture teacher and FFA advisor. Shaylee's greatest accomplishment was being named to the Dean's List and getting hands-on animal science experience throughout her coursework. Morgan Zump is from Friend, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agriculture and Environmental Sciences Communication. Morgan plans to move to Kansas City to start her career with Cargill Animal Nutrition as a business management associate. Morgan's greatest experience was making lifelong friends, learning from people with different perspectives, and realizing the vast impact the University of Nebraska has on our state and world. Congratulations to all of our graduates in the Department of Agriculture Leadership, Education, and Communication.
We'll next recognize students that will be graduating with degrees from the Department of Agronomy and Horticulture, and Dr. Roch Gossois, head of the department, will be joining the group on stage to congratulate his students.
Kristen Albright is from Pierce, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agronomy. Kristen plans to work at Midwest Bank as a loan administrator. Kristen's greatest experience was getting to TA for 4 semesters and attend conferences to learn about agronomy in different states. Ty Alexander is from Bloomfield, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agronomy. Ty plans to work full-time at the seed source based out of Wayne, Nebraska, and work on the family farm. Ty's greatest experience was his education at UNL and being prepared to succeed in the agriculture industry.
Congratulations. Thank you, sir. Nice job. Thank you.
Sid Atencio is from Reno, Nevada, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agronomy. Sid plans to move to Boise, Idaho to work for J.R. Simplot doing agronomy research. Sid's greatest experience was meeting everyone in Nebraska, Husker game days, and working with different farmers last summer. Alex Bender is from Hordeville, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agronomy. Alex plans to move back around home to work for the family farm and also work at the local Aurora Cooperative as an agronomist. Alex's greatest accomplishment was graduating with distinction. Clay Bank is from Wilcox, Nebraska, receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agronomy. Clay plans to work at Midwest Hop Producers and enroll in the Masters of Arts in Business Administration program at UNL. Clay's greatest accomplishment was being awarded the top 2 individual awards within his national fraternity, Beta Sigma Psi, his junior and senior year. Matt Blanc is from Osmond, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agronomy. Matt plans to return home to take a larger role in the family farm as well as work with a small ag-related business off the farm. Matt's greatest accomplishment was achieving a perfect 4.0 with all of his collegiate work and being invited to the Chancellor's Scholar 2017 Honors Convocation. Mary Bohati is from Seward, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agronomy. Mary plans to work as a sales representative for one of the seed divisions at AgReliant Genetics. Mary's greatest accomplishment was recently starting her own succulent and cactus greenhouse business. Skylar Brush is from Kearney, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agronomy. Skylar plans to work at Cornhusker Agronomics Incorporated as an agronomist. Skylar's greatest accomplishment was getting an A in genetics. Brittany Chehal is from Valparaiso, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in horticulture. Brittany plans to work as a landscape designer at Campbell's Nursery in Lincoln, Nebraska, as well as continue a side job with a specialty bakery. Brittany's greatest accomplishment was participating in being one of the 3 winners in the quick pitch competition through the Engler program. Michael Fitzgerald is from Bertrand, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agronomy. Michael plans to work for Ag Tech Consulting out of Hildreth, Nebraska. Michael's greatest accomplishment was finding a job because of his school experiences and education. Kelsey Foster is from Broken Bow, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in horticulture. Kelsey plans to return to the family farm that specializes in native grass seeds production and implement expansion plans, starting with producing wildflowers. Kelsey's greatest accomplishment was finding her true passion for sustainable agriculture that she wants to share with others and implement in her career. Zachary Gray is from Holdridge, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agronomy. Zachary plans to attend the Nebraska College of Law. Zachary's greatest experience was being a part of the Nebraska Corn and Soy Mentor Program. Amy Hoffer is from Hastings, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Plant Biology. Amy plans to continue her education through the Doctor of Plant Health program. Amy's greatest accomplishment was completing UCare research with Dr. Stephen Basinger and realizing her passion for teaching through TAing Dr. Don Lee's genetics labs. Clayton Henney is from Nehawka, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agronomy. Clayton plans to be a district sales manager for AgReliant Genetics. Clayton's greatest experience was learning from the UNL staff, having multiple internships, and a new career waiting upon graduation. Adam Kleinschmidt is from Wausau, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agronomy. Adam plans to work at CHS in Wausau as well as working on his family's farm. Adam's greatest accomplishment was maintaining a 3.5 GPA. Cody Kester is from West Point, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Agronomy and in Agricultural Economics. Cody plans to return to his family farm where he has started his own cow-calf operation. Cody's greatest experience was studying abroad in China and Argentina. Joshua Mammon is from Plymouth, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in horticulture. Joshua plans to work for Seeds of Life Landscaping, where he will be doing field work as well as designing. Joshua's greatest accomplishment was after graduation from SCC Beatrice, deciding to further his education in the horticulture field here at UNL. Cody McClellan is from Palmer, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in agronomy. Cody plans to begin his career on his family's farm after graduation. Cody's greatest accomplishment was placing third in the National Crops Judging Competition. Jacqueline Nelson is from Wallace, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in horticulture. Jacqueline plans to work for her floral business, Believer Floral, and event design. Jacqueline's greatest accomplishment was starting her own business. Jacob Nicodemus from Red Cloud, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in agronomy. Jacob plans to attend graduate school at the University of Nebraska studying weed science. Jacob's greatest experience was participating in undergraduate research experiences. Clayton Osborne is from Mullen, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in plant biology. Clayton plans to work as the head groundskeeper position at Burr Oak Lodge. Clayton's greatest accomplishment was graduating with a job in hand. Katie Williams is from Creighton, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in agronomy. Katie plans to continue her education by attending graduate school to get her master's degree in agronomy. Katie's greatest accomplishment was all of the connections and lifelong friendships she made while at UNL. Brandy Woida is from Valparaiso, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in agronomy. Brandy plans to work at the Odell branch of Farmers Cooperative in agronomy operations. Brandy's greatest experience was learning more about agriculture and deepening her passion for the industry. Congratulations to all of our graduates in the Department of Agronomy and Horticulture.
Congratulations. Okay, buddy. The next degree program to be recognized will be Animal Science, and Dr. Clint Crable, head of the department, will be representing this degree program.
Tana Jo Allman is from Cozad, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Animal Science. Tana Jo plans to attend the University of California, Davis to obtain a master's degree in animal biology. Tana Jo's greatest accomplishment was going to Australia with education abroad and getting accepted into UC Davis for a master's degree in animal biology. Mackenzie Beals is from Friend, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Animal Science. Mackenzie plans to attend the professional program in veterinary medicine between UNL and Iowa State University, focusing in food animal medicine. Mackenzie's greatest accomplishment was being accepted into the PPVM class of 2021. Brianna Black is from Schuyler, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Animal Science. Brianna plans to work at Midland Veterinary Clinic after graduation. Brianna's greatest accomplishment was learning skills and information that will last a lifetime. Casey Blum is from Logan, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Animal Science and in Agribusiness. Casey plans to pursue a career in sales in the equine feed industry after graduation. Casey's greatest experience was spending 2.5 months in Jupiter, Florida to train and compete internationally with her horse while still being a full-time student here at UNL. Ashley Bisher is from Lawrence, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Animal Science. Ashley is currently seeking employment after graduation. Ashley's greatest experience was studying abroad to New Zealand. It was the trip of a lifetime. Elizabeth Carrero is from Rapid City, South Dakota, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Animal Science. Elizabeth plans to attend Iowa State Veterinary School in the fall and focus on small companion animals. Elizabeth's greatest accomplishment is working in the White Labs to complete her honors thesis in oral defense and being one of the last RAs ever in Burr Hall.
There you go.
Elizabeth Gast is from Beaver Crossing, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Animal Science. Elizabeth plans to work at the Buffalo County Extension Office in Kearney, Nebraska. Elizabeth's greatest experience was being a part of Block and Bridle and Collegiate Cattlemen while creating relationships with those who share the same interest. Haley Dahlman is from Blair, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Animal Science. Haley plans to work at her family's pumpkin patch, Lone Tree Foods, and Branched Oak Dairy. She desires to ultimately serve the Lord through agriculture. Haley's greatest experience was being a part of the Engler program. The students and staff in the program encouraged her throughout her endeavors and challenged her to dream big. Shannon Durking is from Tecumseh, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Animal Science. Shannon plans to attend graduate school at the University of Kentucky to pursue a master's degree in swine nutrition. Shannon's greatest accomplishment was getting accepted into graduate school and having the opportunity to gain more knowledge of the swine field. John Essink is from Syracuse, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Animal Science. John plans to work for USDA in Dakota City as a beef grader after graduation. John's greatest educational experience was studying abroad in New Zealand. Nicholas Green is from Naperville, Illinois, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Animal Science. Nicholas plans to work for Settle Agri Services in Raymond, Nebraska. Nicholas's greatest experience was being a part of the Engler Entrepreneurship Program. Gavin Harsh is from Bartley, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Animal Science. Gavin plans to return home to Dusty Prairie Ranch, where he will look to expand their operations selling Armafax cattle. Gavin's greatest experience was attending the National Cattlemen's Beef Association annual conference in Nashville, Tennessee to represent the Animal Science Department. Tyler Hahn is from Spencer, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Animal Science. Tyler plans to intern with the Nebraska crew before returning to his family's cattle backgrounding operation. Tyler's greatest experience was his time in the Engler program, which empowered him to pursue his passion of following the Lord and raising cattle. Rachel Johnson is from Raymond, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Animal Science. Rachel plans to work for Samson LLC in their Process Verification Program division. Rachel's greatest accomplishment was earning high team in cattle at the American Royal and National Champion Hog Team at the North American. Jefferson Keller is from St. Paul, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Animal Science. Jefferson plans to attend grad school and act as the assistant livestock judging coach or accept a regional feed sales position after graduation. Jefferson's greatest accomplishment was his time spent on the livestock judging team and the accomplishments that they had. Lisa Keys is from Lincoln, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Animal Science. Lisa plans to intern in the amphibian conservation area at Omaha's Henry Dorley Zoo and Aquarium. Lisa's greatest accomplishment was completing her venom certification and UCare project, both under the direction of Dr. Dennis Ferraro. Sydney Kinsler is from Olathe, Kansas, receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Animal Science. Sydney plans to go to graduate school for non-ruminant nutrition at UNL and doing research with Dr. Miller. Sydney's greatest accomplishment was making it to IHSA Nationals and open hunt seat equitation. Kirby Large is from Hayes Center, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Animal Science. Kirby plans to complete the UNL Feedlot Management internship after graduation. Kirby's greatest experience was having the opportunity to study abroad in New Zealand over Christmas break. Alyssa Martindale is from Gretna, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Animal Science. Alyssa plans to receive a doctorate in veterinary medicine through the UNL Iowa State Professional Program in Veterinary Medicine. Alyssa's greatest accomplishment was being recognized as the Chancellor's Scholar at this year's UNL Honors Convocation. Gabriel Miller is from Mishawaka, Indiana, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Animal Science. Gabriel plans to continue running his candied pecan and almond business, Bella Baby Nuts. Gabriel's greatest experience was the many great relationships he built with the faculty and his peers. Annalise Molick is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Animal Science. Annalise plans to continue advocating and working with the no-kill rescue community after graduation. Annalise's greatest accomplishment was being able to overcome many obstacles and still graduate on time. Anna Olson is from Miami, Florida, and is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Animal Science. Anna plans to pursue a master's degree in animal nutrition, but will first take a gap year to work at Yellowstone National Park and Walt Disney World. Anna's greatest experience was having the opportunity to compete with the Husker equestrian team. Taylor Pearson is from Broken Bow, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Animal Science. Taylor plans to pursue a career in the ag industry that combines her animal science and business degrees with her love for animals and agriculture. Taylor's greatest experience was taking classes not related to her major and exploring areas that she may not have ever had the chance to. Jennifer Postumus from Fox Lake, Wisconsin, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Animal Science. Jennifer plans to work for Smithfield Foods as an operations trainee in Omaha, Nebraska. Jennifer's greatest experience was being on the meat judging team and traveling all over the country to compete. Susan Rasmussen is from Elba, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Animal Science. Susan plans to work for Tyson Foods in Dakota City, Nebraska as a Food Safety Quality Assurance HACCP supervisor. Susan's greatest accomplishment was graduating from UNL with an animal science degree. Raylan Ripp is from Kearney, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Animal Science and in Agribusiness. Raylan plans to pursue a career within the beef industry in sales and marketing and continue to grow her own cow herd back home. Raylan's greatest accomplishment was being a member of the livestock judging team. Not only did they have great success, but the memories and friendships will last forever. Clayton Rowland is from Greenfield, Indiana, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Animal Science. Clayton plans to return home to seek employment in an agricultural sales and marketing position while continuing to manage his show pig operation. Clayton's greatest experience was being a member of the livestock judging team, winning the beef division at the American Royal and the swine division at the North American. Alexis Rudner is from Las Vegas, Nevada, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Animal Science. Alexis plans to stay in Lincoln and explore her opportunities after graduation. Alexis' greatest accomplishment was graduating. Brittany Schulte is from Elkhorn, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Animal Science. Brittany plans to work for Banfield Animal Hospital after graduation. Brittany's greatest accomplishment was graduating. Ashton Shrewsbury is from Alliance, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Animal Science. Ashton plans to work as the commercial marketing intern for the Red Angus Association of America. Ashton's greatest experience was studying abroad in New Zealand. Rachel Sorensen is from Plainview, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Animal Science. Rachel plans to attend Kansas State on a graduate teaching assistantship to conduct research in equine nutrition and be the assistant horse judging coach. Rachel's greatest experience was being able to compete on the equestrian team and the horse judging team.
Congratulations, great job.
Lauren Southard is from Omaha, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Animal Science. Lauren plans to attend veterinary school after graduation. Lauren's greatest experience was studying abroad in Africa. Kelsey Stoos is from Ponca, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Animal Science and in Veterinary Science. Kelsey plans to work full-time at Belmont Veterinary Center and apply to veterinary school. Kelsey's greatest accomplishment was being able to represent UNL through involvement in Sigma Alpha nationally and being a member of the sorority's National Fellowship community. Alec Talbot is from Lincoln, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Animal Science. Alec plans to be a choreographer for show choirs, musicals, and competitive dance. Alec's greatest experience was being a member of the leadership team for Big Red Singers.
Congratulations.
Connor Tate is from Kennard, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Animal Science. Connor will be working in the animal science field following graduation. Connor's greatest accomplishment was the knowledge he gained and the friends he made. Hannah Ulrich is from Eden Prairie, Minnesota, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Animal Science. Hannah will be obtaining a career in equine sports medicine where she'll be assisting in the rehabilitation process for horses. Hannah's greatest educational experience was studying abroad in Australia where she got to apply her previously obtained knowledge while diversifying her career. Eleanor Wagner is from Petersburg, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Animal Science. Eleanor plans to return home to work on the family ranch. Eleanor's greatest accomplishment was graduating in 4 years while completing 3 minors and being involved in several clubs. Kay Wolf is from Lincoln, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Animal Science. Kay plans to work at UNL in the Animal Science Department after graduation. Kay's greatest accomplishment was finally graduating after 7.5 years. Congratulations to all of our graduates in the Department of Animal Science.
Good job, Clint. Tiffany, are you coming up? Next, we'll recognize a student receiving a degree in applied science. Dr. Tiffany Hang Moss, Associate Dean for CASNR, will be representing this area. Sorry, Tiffany.
Johannes G. Thak is from Kambela, Ethiopia, and is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Applied Science. Johannes G. plans to continue his education and continue working after graduation. Johannes G.'s greatest accomplishment was getting his bachelor's degree. Congratulations to Johannes.
We'll now recognize a graduate in biochemistry. Department chair is Dr. Paul Black.
Danielle Thiessen is from Hampton, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in biochemistry. Danielle plans to attend medical school at A.T. Still University in Kirksville, Missouri. Danielle's greatest accomplishment was researching wheelchairs and prosthetics for children with disabilities in Kenya, Africa. Jeffrey Wallman is from Philly, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in biochemistry. Jeffrey plans to attend the University of Nebraska Medical Center College of Medicine and pursue his dream of becoming a doctor. Jeffrey's greatest accomplishments were being involved in extracurricular activities, completion of the honors program, and acceptance into medical school. Eric Vogels from Hastings, Nebraska is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in biochemistry. Eric plans to work in sustainable agriculture in the field of data analytics. Eric's greatest experience was taking an honors seminar with Dr. Thomas Bosselman titled America and the World. Congratulations to our graduates in the Department of Biochemistry.
We'll next recognize students that will be graduating from the Department of Biological Systems Engineering. Dr. Mark Riley, head of the department, will be representing this area.
Justin Alley is from Fremont, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Mechanized Systems Management. Justin plans to work as a full-time farm assistant with his uncle at Ewing Farms. Justin's greatest accomplishment was managing to keep a 3.4 GPA while working all throughout college and becoming UNL's racquetball intramural champion 3 years in a row. Jordan Busman is from Pickrell, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Mechanized Systems Management. Jordan plans to work for Farmers Cooperative in their agronomy department and work on the family farm. Jordan's greatest experience was being involved in Alpha Gamma Sigma, the Larson Tractor Museum, and the CASNR Advisory Board. Joshua Dana is from Phillips, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Mechanized Systems Management. Joshua plans to work at Syngenta Crop Protection in Omaha, Nebraska as a project design engineer. Joshua's greatest accomplishment was utilizing the skills learned in mech systems to help improve a community in his hometown. Mitchell Fagan is from Hampton, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Mechanized Systems Management. Mitchell plans to go back to Hampton, Nebraska to his family farm with the hope of growing the farm for future generations. Mitchell's greatest experience was becoming a member of the Alpha Gamma Rho fraternity. Jared Hendricks is from Omaha, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Mechanized Systems Management. Jared plans to work for Hormel Foods and travel the country as much as possible. Jared's greatest accomplishment was making new friends from different backgrounds and making the Dean's List multiple semesters. Mitch Herbig is from Central City, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Mechanized Systems Management. Mitch plans to return and eventually take over the family farm while starting up a custom spraying business with his brother. Mitch's greatest experience was being a member of the Alpha Gamma Rho fraternity and all the crazy memories that came along with it. Craig Haruska is from David City, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Mechanized Systems Management. Craig plans to farm after graduation. Craig's greatest accomplishment was being able to serve as president of the Tractor Restoration Club. Thank you. John Yonke is from West Point, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Mechanized Systems Management. John plans to return home to work with his dad and grandpa on the family's farm and feedlot operation near West Point. John's greatest experience was competing on the crops judging team that gave him the opportunity to see how his agronomic knowledge stacked up against students from other colleges. Callan Kachik is from Ralston, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Biological Systems Engineering and in Microbiology. Callan plans to work in the industry or in government of his field of studies. Callan's greatest accomplishment was working with his team on their senior design project. Daniel Kent is from Newton, New Jersey, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Mechanized Systems Management. Daniel plans to pursue a graduate degree for an MBA to further his education. Daniel's greatest accomplishment was being a member and the president of the University of Nebraska Rodeo Association. Cody Kneifel is from Newcastle, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Mechanized Systems Management. Cody plans to be a product and agronomy specialist for AgSense LLC in Huron, South Dakota. Cody's greatest experience was being a member of the Nebraska ASABE, Mech Systems Club, and quarter-scale tractor pulling team, and also working at the Nebraska Tractor Test Lab. John LaCure is from Columbus, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Mechanized Systems Management. John plans to work at Frontier Cooperative out of David City and stay involved with his family farm as well. John's greatest experience was having the opportunity to be involved in summer internships, which led him to his career choice. Kyle Lindhorst is from Lindsay, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Mechanized Systems Management. Kyle plans to work for Citizen State Bank in Lee, Nebraska. Kyle's greatest accomplishment is being able to find a job before he graduates. Preston Parmley is from Elkhorn, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Mechanized Systems Management. Preston plans to pursue a new venture in the unmanned aircraft industry. Preston's greatest experience was switching from mechanized engineering to mechanized systems management and his involvement in the Phi Gamma Delta fraternity. Jacob Brayford is from Gresham, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Mechanized Systems Management. Jacob plans to work for Cargill as a production supervisor in Salina, Kansas at a grain elevator. Jacob's greatest experience was a study abroad trip to Australia and the state of Tasmania, as well as being a member of Alpha Gamma Sigma.
Jacob, nice job.
Brady Shipley is from Edgar, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Mechanized Systems Management. Brady plans to work for ADM as a management trainee in Toledo, Ohio. Brady's greatest experience was getting to meet a ton of great friends and connections, both with students and staff. Thomas Urban is from Lee, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Mechanized Systems Management. Thomas plans to work in sales at Dinkle's Implement in Norfolk, Nebraska, and farming on the feedlot at home on the side. Thomas's greatest experience was meeting so many great people at the university and getting the opportunity to go on the New Zealand study tour and the meat industry tour. Congratulations to all of our graduates in the Department of Biological Systems Engineering.
Absolutely. Next up, Dr. Steve Waller, Interim Director for the Center for Grassland Studies, will be representing this area, and we will recognize students that will be graduating with a degree in Environmental Studies. Dr. Dave Goslin, the Director, and Christy Haney will be representing this degree area. Okay, I'm getting all kinds of shakes and nods. Sorry.
Center for Grassland Studies. Zachary Davis is from Wahoo, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in PGA Golf Management and in Psychology. Zachary plans to move to Kansas City to work at the National Golf Club of Kansas City. Zachary's greatest experience was going on study abroad to Scotland and seeing the historical golf community and the culture in general. Jonathan Carrillo is from Omaha, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in PGA Golf Management. Jonathan plans to move to West Virginia, become a golf professional at Pikewood National Golf Club. Jonathan's greatest accomplishment was the internships he completed in 4 different states at premier golf facilities. Congratulations to our graduates in the Center for Grassland Studies.
Now environmental studies? Yes. Now environmental studies. Okay. Next, we'll recognize students that will be graduating with a degree in environmental studies. Christine Haney will represent this degree program area.
Allison Krieger is from Woodbury, Minnesota, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Environmental Studies and in Environmental Restoration Sciences. Allison plans to work in the natural resources field, specifically in restoration or chemical remediation. Allison's greatest accomplishment was being the president of the Curling Sports Club for 2 years and became runner-up champions at Collegiate Curling Nationals in March 2017. Chris Ellefson is from Lincoln, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Environmental Studies. Chris plans to attend Temple University in Philadelphia to obtain his master's degree in geology. Chris's greatest accomplishment was collaborating with members of his research lab on projects, as well as meeting interesting people on campus. Madeline Schwinghammer is from Cologne, Minnesota, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Environmental Studies and in Agriculture Leadership, Education, and Communication. Madeline plans to intern for the Rural Futures Institute in West Point and Nebraska Parks and Recreation Department. Madeline's greatest accomplishment was her growth and commitment to the Lord and the drive to always improve herself along the way. Congratulations to our graduates in Environmental Studies.
Next, we will recognize students receiving a degree from the Department of Food Science and Technology, and Dr. Randy Wheeling, a professor in the department, will be representing this area.
Nicole Carver is from Bellevue, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Food Science and Technology. Nicole plans to work in product development at International Spices in Fremont, Nebraska. Nicole's greatest experience was getting to work in the food microbiology lab on campus as an undergraduate intern. Miranda French is from Papillion, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Food Science and Technology. Miranda plans to work as a Quality Development Associate for ConAgra Brands. She'll be working in one of their frozen meal production facilities. Miranda's greatest accomplishment was graduating with high distinction. Nate Korth is from Fayetteville, Arkansas, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Food Science and Technology. Nate plans to attend graduate school at UNL and is accepted an assistantship in the Complex Biosystems program. Nate's greatest accomplishment was completing an undergraduate research project through the UCARE program. Ava Peterson is from Spokane, Washington, and is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Food Science and Technology. Ava plans to work for Ardent Mills in their Quality Assurance Leadership Development Program in Ayer, Massachusetts. Ava's greatest accomplishment was being the president of the UNL Food Science Club and being involved in the Exarban section of the Institute of Food Technologists. Erica Pribble is from Lincoln, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Food Science and Technology and in Mathematics. Erica plans to find employment in data analytics after graduation. Erica's greatest accomplishment was assisting with research projects such as analyzing data in the gut microbiome, UCARE, and developing science education lessons. Shannon Rezak is from Fremont, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Food Science and Technology. Shannon plans to attend graduate school at the University of Illinois, where she will study food microbiology. Shannon's greatest accomplishment was playing the trumpet in the Cornhusker Marching Band for the past 4 years. Katie Cecil is from Bee, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Food Science and Technology. Katie plans to work as a food product developer at ConAgra Brands in Omaha, Nebraska. Katie's greatest accomplishment was being on the Dean's List, Vice President of the Food Science Club, a 4-H ambassador, and a mentor. Ashley Suckup is from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Food Science and Technology. Ashley plans to work for a fellowship of Catholic University students as a Catholic missionary on college campuses after graduation. Ashley's greatest accomplishment was always working her hardest towards academics and extracurricular activities. Alexandra Tobin is from Chicago, Illinois, and is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Food Science and Technology. Alexandra plans to move to Fort Worth, Texas to start her career in the Leadership Development Program in Quality with Ardent Mills. Alexandra's greatest experience was studying abroad twice and finding her passion for international agriculture development. Congratulations to all of our graduates in the Department of Food Science and Technology.
Next, we will recognize students receiving the degree in forensic science. Dr. Mike Adamowitz, close, okay. Program director will be representing this area.
Catherine Downey is from Omaha, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in forensic science. Catherine plans to be employed by the Department of Justice in Omaha as an operational staff technician. Catherine's greatest accomplishment was having the research that she has worked on for the last 2 years up for publication. Elvira Lopez Rosales is from Grand Island, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in forensic science. Elvira plans to work for a pathologist at LabCorp as a specimen assessor. Elvira's greatest experience was going to Bilbao, Spain for a semester and learning a new culture and language and traveling Europe for 6 months. Brittany Noda is from Parker, Colorado, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in forensic science. Brittany plans to pursue a career in the forensics field after graduation. Brittany's greatest accomplishment was becoming a role model for her younger siblings and cousin. Lauren Peck is from Superior, Colorado, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in forensic science. Lauren plans to work for the Department of Justice and will pursue a master's degree. Lauren's greatest accomplishment was earning a spot on the Dean's List. Also, her favorite educational experiences were studying abroad and her internships. Caitlin Rosblock is from Lakeville, Illinois, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in forensic science and in biochemistry. Caitlin plans to work for the Estee Lauder companies as a research and development chemist. Caitlin's greatest accomplishment was winning the chair's undergraduate research award and presenting at the ACS conference. Sydney Stansberry is from Evergreen, Colorado, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in forensic science. Sydney plans to attend the University of New Haven, pursuing a master's in forensic technologies. Sydney's greatest experience was studying abroad for a semester in Florence, Italy, and also attending a summer program for forensic science in Glasgow, Scotland. Congratulations to all of our graduates in forensic science.
All right. Our next group of students will be receiving a degree in microbiology. Dr. Tiffany Hang-Moss, Associate Dean of CASNR, will be representing this area.
Aaron Knapp is from Lincoln, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in microbiology. Aaron plans to continue his education towards a PhD in biomedical sciences. Aaron's greatest accomplishment was being an undergraduate research assistant for Dr. Garcia Ruiz and being a published author. Kate Lagerstrom is from Lincoln, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in microbiology and in environmental studies. Kate plans to begin a PhD program with the biology department at Stanford University. Kate's greatest experience was studying a semester abroad in New Zealand and doing research in a plant pathology lab at the Beadle Center since the beginning of her sophomore year. Congratulations to our graduates in microbiology.
Next, we'll be recognizing students with degrees from the School of Natural Resources. Dr. John Carroll is director for the school.
Dakota Altman is from Lincoln, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Fisheries and Wildlife. Dakota plans to gain experience and then go to grad school where he can meld his love for science and photography. Dakota's greatest experience was meeting some very influential people that have taught him the wonders and importance that his field of studies have. Courtney Anderson is from Champlain, Minnesota, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Fisheries and Wildlife. Courtney plans to be a naturalist at the Lowry Nature Center in Victoria, Minnesota. Courtney's greatest experience was being an officer in the Wildlife Club for 3 years. Jasmine Castillo is from South Sioux City, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Fisheries and Wildlife. Jasmine plans to continue her career at UNL as a master's student under the direction of Dr. John Carroll and Dr. Elizabeth Van Warmer. Jasmine's greatest accomplishment was being the first in her family to graduate from college and giving back to her parents' sacrifices. Arden Cornwell is from Lincoln, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Water Science. Arden plans to travel abroad for a few months, and upon returning to the States, she will either return to school or search for a job. Arden's greatest accomplishment was holding a koala and petting a kangaroo on the very same day. Courtney Everhart is from Gretna, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Fisheries and Wildlife. Courtney plans to commission as a U.S. Army engineer officer, complete her current research in the field of environmental science, and attend graduate school. Courtney's greatest accomplishment was embedded in all of her failures. She learned the most from stumbling and rising again after each fall. Andrew Folk is from Mitchell, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Fisheries and Wildlife. Andrew plans to find a job working in a national park somewhere out west after graduation. Andrew's greatest accomplishment was being able to find himself while getting a great education. Casey Coranda is from Towada, Kansas, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Water Science. Casey plans to be working at a television station or an underground water conservation district in Texas. Casey's greatest experience was working with FFA and other organizations on campus that encourage students to work in agriculture. Hannah Miller is from Lincoln, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Fisheries and Wildlife. Hannah plans to head to Europe for a few weeks and then start a seasonal job at a park in the Southwest. Hannah's greatest experience was studying the ecological systems in the bush in Botswana. She made some great friends and saw amazing animals. Sarah Notskov is from Omaha, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Fisheries and Wildlife. Sarah plans to move to Wall, South Dakota and work for the U.S. Forest Service as a wildlife technician and park ranger. Sarah's greatest accomplishment was working with Dr. Powell and Dr. Twidwell on undergraduate research projects. Harley Phillips is from Clarkson, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Fisheries and Wildlife. Harley plans to work for Nebraska Game and Parks Commission as a conservation tech and eventually go to graduate school. Harley's greatest experience was fish shocking with Dr. Mark Pegg. Matthew Russell is from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Water Science and in Environmental Restoration Science. Matthew plans to find a job in water resources or environmental consulting. Matthew's greatest experience was assisting in research with NASA and present the results at a national conference in San Francisco.
Nice job.
Betsy Schultz is from Mapleton, Minnesota, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Fisheries and Wildlife. Betsy plans to continue her current position at Pitt's Veterinary Hospital and begin the job hunt. Betsy's greatest experience was interning at the Omaha Zoo. It was an experience that proved she picked the right path. Brody Rodestrass is from Glenville, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Fisheries and Wildlife. Brody plans to work within the hunting industry, filming hunts and creating content for hunting shows. Brody's greatest experience was taking several classes freshman year that inspired him to start his own business and pursue his dreams. Monica White is from Parker, Colorado, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Fisheries and Wildlife. Monica plans to receive her veterinary technician license and work as a wildlife vet tech. Monica's greatest accomplishment was interning for the NOAA National Marine Fisheries Service in Beaufort, North Carolina, and participating in a sea turtle capture and release study. Samuel Wilton is from Gresham, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Water Science and in Geology. Samuel plans to search out his options after graduation. Samuel's greatest accomplishment was serving 2 years on the board of directors of the National Association of College and University Residence Halls. Congratulations to all of our graduates in the School of Natural Resources.
I want to learn.
That's fun.
Finally, we will be recognizing our graduates in veterinary science. Dr. Clayton Kelling, Director of the School of Veterinary Medicine and Biomedical Sciences, will be representing this degree program area.
Becca Bielitz is from Cedar Bluffs, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in veterinary science. Becca plans to start a job as a laboratory technician with Neogen Animal Genetics Lab here in Lincoln. Becca's greatest accomplishment was her 3 years as a leader in the pre-veterinary club that included a year as president of the club. Abby Gorwill is from Fayetteville, North Carolina, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in veterinary science. Abby plans to continue education through an internship, then go on to graduate or veterinary school. Abby's greatest accomplishment was growing as a person while navigating the difficulties of college life. Nicholas Hayes is from Geneva, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in veterinary science. Nicholas plans to continue his education in hopes of one day being accepted into veterinary school. Nicholas's greatest experience was being an active member of the pre-vet club. Jacob Sanoff is from Miller, Nebraska, is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in veterinary science and in animal science. Jacob plans to apply for veterinary school and return back to the family farm and veterinary clinic. Jacob's greatest experience was gaining extensive knowledge of the animal industry. This knowledge allows him to promote and teach consumers about the industry. Congratulations to all of our graduates in the School of Veterinary Medicine.
Congratulations to all of our graduates. Let's give them one more round of applause. It's now my honor to turn the podium over to Eric Hagemeyer, the CASNR Alumni President.
All right, we'll see how this goes. It's May 5th, and I have no acres of our seed crop planted yet, so I haven't smiled that much in a long time. So, anyway, good afternoon. Again, my name is Eric Hagemeyer, and I'm the current president of the CASNR Alumni Association. Before I begin, I'd like to recognize Bart Brinkman, my fellow member of the Alumni Board, who's here to honor our graduates. I want to stand up, wave to the crowd. There we go. In all seriousness, on behalf of the entire board and the association, I want to congratulate and welcome your graduate to the CASNR alumni family. It's our pleasure and honor to celebrate your graduates' accomplishments today. The mission of the CASNR Alumni Association is very simple: to cultivate and enhance the CASNR network, including alumni and their families, prospective and current students, and of course, friends and supporters of the college. We do several events throughout the year to promote our mission. Helping recognize each of your graduates today is just one of the many activities that I get to participate each year as part of this group. The CASNR Alumni Association also raises and provides scholarship for CASNR students. I'm extremely proud of this organization for having provided over $45,000 of scholarship money to students in our college. Commencement signifies the beginning of lifelong learning for your graduate. There is no better way to stay engaged and remain current in a chosen discipline than by networking through the college's Alumni Association. We truly hope that you will provide encouragements for your graduate to stay connected. It really is the best way to add value to the investment that you have all just made in your graduates' education and in their future. From your CASNR Alumni Association, again, congratulations to you and your graduate. Each is well prepared for the challenges and adventures that lie ahead, and we wish them the very best in their future endeavors. Thank you for coming again today.
I get to make a few comments as part of the closing, but they're very important, I think, for the group to hear. Number one, if you get into the program, you'll see a lot of recognition of our students, either for grade point recognition or belonging to some organizations. And it's the way that we pay tribute to all of our students is to honor those that have done some remarkable things in the classroom. But each student that's graduated today or tomorrow has all had within their own scope, remarkable accomplishments. But if you have a chance, we'd like for you to browse through the program to see what the special recognitions were. Some of the students have completed degrees with us at highest distinction, which also requires an undergraduate thesis, and then high distinction and distinction. So for those parents that have students in that category, I'd recommend you keep the program and put it in the family Bible wherever you keep these things, because this is a remarkable achievement. And for all of our students, as I said, this day is a remarkable one for them to enjoy with you. One of the things we do with our students as part of the way we get them to give us the information is to do an exit survey. And true to their form, they need an incentive to do that. So we let them compete for a gift card. And so if they fill out the survey, they get put into the lottery. So Brady Dirks won a $100 gift card. Unfortunately, Brady's not here. So the CASNR office will have an open house on Monday morning in his honor. But it's another way for us to engage our students, almost as an exit interview with them, to find out how we can continually make their experience with us better. And so we do appreciate the time that all the students took to help provide information for us as well as for their own resume. Today we've had a photographer. Gerald Horst has been the photographer. He's been with us for a very, very long time. This will be Gerald's last time to do this. He's done it as a professor emeritus within the Department of Agronomy and Horticulture. Drives in from Arnold, he and Karen, to be part of this event. And I wanted to highlight it. Number one, it is Gerald's last time to be with us. But more importantly, I think he and Karen symbolize what this college is all about and the investment that they continue to make in the students that pass through this college. So I'd like to give Gerald and Karen a round of applause. The photos he's been taking will be posted on the website, and we hope you have an opportunity to take the photo, go to your local newspaper, and hopefully get a news release on your accomplishment. But we'll let you know. I think maybe in the program it says when they're available on the website. But he does a remarkable job. I do need to point out that even though it may be a bit deceiving to you, I'm actually taller than I look when I stand next to these students. Really taller than I look, I'm sure. And then we have made a call to registration and records. There's one graduate who thought he was graduating that we've called his back because we weren't short of ideas either. Yeah, I've got the best job in the world. Because I've got the last say. Each graduate will get a video of the history of the college, and here's where we will declare a generation gap, I'm sure. It's narrated by Dick Cavett, so if you know who I'm talking about, congratulations. Your students won't, but if you have time, it's a remarkable story of the college, and one that I think you will enjoy, and we certainly enjoy providing it so that the students have a sense of the legacy and tradition that they've inherited with their degree in our college. They went outside while we were having the ceremony to have a class portrait taken. It's a very wide-angle lens, I'm sure. But we'll hang it in our office. We'd encourage you to come by anytime you're in Lincoln and want to stop by, go through the Legacy Courtyard or come in our office and look at the portraits we've done for several years now as part of our class recognition, but there will be a class photograph. We also encourage the families because it's been our experience that sometimes you haven't seen them dressed up this way for a while. So if you want a family photograph, feel free to use the backdrop, the flowers, the stage, and we'll be happy to leave this up as long as we've got families that want to take advantage of it. As you think about what you've accomplished today, it can't be understated how important this is for the students and the families. What I'd like to at least encourage you to do is to remember that your kids, your students, are never too old or too big to hug. And now's a great day to hug them with pride, because I think you've all earned the moment. So enjoy today and enjoy them every day, even though they're probably telling you they can't wait to get on their own and leave. My wife and I are still paying a cell phone bill for an adult. So parenting is forever. Enjoy it. When you leave, there are flowers out at the exit. We like to provide the flowers just as a symbolic of the day. And with Mother's Day right around the corner for all the young men, the students in the crowd, you may have choices on who you might give the flower to, so may the force be with you on that choice. But I'm thinking Mom and Grandma and aunts should be prime candidates for them to be able to recognize and remember what you've accomplished today. Tomorrow, I hope all of you go to the commencement. It will be busy. We have something that the other colleges don't, and we call it senior send-off. Pinnacle Bank opens at 7:30. At 7:30, we'll have what we call the senior send-off up in the club lounge. So if you go up the escalator at Pinnacle Bank and go left, you'll walk around and bump into the club lounge. It's just coffee, rolls, and donuts, and an opportunity for the families just to visit. There's no program. We just want you to have some quiet time. As a parent, I always thought it was a good idea because you knew your student got there in time with their cap and gown in case you had to track them down. But it is a wonderful way for you to get there, get your seats picked out, and parking will be a little easier at that point in time. So we'd love to see all of you at Pinnacle Bank tomorrow for the senior send-off. Thank you so much for your patience. Like I said, this is the largest we've ever had, and to those of you in the other area, thank you for your patience as well, and may all of you have safe travels and happy Mother's Day.